What is up, guys? Smokey here with a new video. First off, I want to say thank you guys for the support on the Family Guy video. I didn't know how well I was going to do because I hadn't done a Family Guy video in a minute, and the thumbnail, it's part of it's AI, part of it's just JPEGs from the show, but I didn't know how they would do, and if the thumbnail is what boosted it, or just being Family Guy is what boosted it. Family Guy is kind of a moneymaker on YouTube for some reason. Let's talk about another cartoon character that's kind of stupid, the stupid brain wise, and that's SpongeBob. We're going to talk about The Search for SquarePants. Now, I talked about wanting to review this movie last year, but never really got to it, so let's get into the review. 25 years, 4 movies, 2 spin-off shows, and 2 spin-off movies. Is SpongeBob ever going to stop? No. Last year I reviewed the first 3 movies, didn't get to the Plankton movie, I don't think I reviewed the Sandy movie, but I did review the Christmas special that tied into the Sandy movie. I could be wrong. I might have reviewed the Sandy Cheeks movie. If I did, I will, because I'll link all the SpongeBob videos in the bio. But I don't know if I really remembered if I did or not. So let's get into this. I know I loved the first movie, and I think I enjoyed the second one for the first time watching it in, I don't know, 6-7 years. And I know I didn't really mind the third one. Could be wrong. We'll check it when you guys go watch it. Clancy Brown being the pirate and telling Dutchman's story at the beginning was kind of a shock. I knew bits and pieces of the movie just from spoilers for it being out, but I didn't know about that part. It was nice to see Clancy Brown in live action. I wish they would have went with the original Dutchman origin, where he was a pirate on the seven seas, and his body got hung up in a store as a display stand, and he was a angry pirate because he never got put to rest. That was really funny. But the movies kind of have like their own little canon, and they're slightly different for the show. Like they're in a different universe, especially everything after the original movie. The opening is met, and why is it not Glove World that SpongeBob's going to? That kind of made me a little sad. And the roller coaster part, even though SpongeBob's a big guy now and able to ride it, it really, 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 really reminds me of the episode where they're going to go ride the one roller coaster. And they talk about all the stuff it has to do. I don't remember what the episode's called or what the roller coaster. Pisto Pain, that's what it was. It just came to me as I'm recording. But and they go like, this causes nausea, vomiting, stomach pain, and something else. And then they go, explosive diarrhea. That's the only thing I remember about that episode. But that's what that part reminded me of. Mark Hamill's Dutchman isn't bad. Also, this movie feels a little bit like the first movie, just with the big guy part. And them going to the underworld, because it's kind of like what they went to for the Now That We're Men song. But Mark Hamill's Dutchman sounds just like Mark Hamill with a scratchy throat. Like at times he sounds like OG Dutchman, but other times he just doesn't. Dutchman kidnapping SpongeBob and just kind of tricking him into going with him. That was kind of funny, and it just shows SpongeBob's pure heart, childlike wonder that the movie's trying to go with. I do like how the underworld looks. You really haven't seen anything different compared to normal SpongeBob like this since the first movie. I mean, at times you see him in like the woods or in space or something, but it's never this different. The scene with them and the one things that looks like their guts, that kind of got a laugh out of me. This review is going to skip a lot of stuff just because it's stuff that stuck out to me in the movie. The scene where Squidward plays his clarinet with the sirens got a little laugh out of me. Mainly Squidward just getting beat the crap out of. So yeah, that was kind of funny. Skipping a little bit more to the scene right before SpongeBob and Dutchman go to the chamber. When him and Krabs are arguing because Krab wasn't a swashbuckler, and SpongeBob's just like, wow, this is a man that SpongeBob looks up to. Why is he not trusting Mr. Krabs over the Dutchman? That just didn't make it didn't make sense, but at the same time, it kind of reminds me of like where early SpongeBob would actually stand up for himself and not be completely idiotic the whole time. I don't really feel bad for SpongeBob when he gets turned into the Dutchman's ghost type thing, whatever you want to call it. Mr. Krabs I did because one thing that has never changed about him, he may seem like he does not care for SpongeBob, but he does genuinely care for SpongeBob as if it's his own child. And that part I did feel bad because he does know the truth will hurt SpongeBob's brain. I also like this one part where they're like, Barb wants to kill Patrick, and um, Dutchman goes, "We can't do that. He might turn evil or something, or he might kill us or something." Like that was really funny. The ending was also kind of stupid. It was good to see Mark Hamill doing live action bits, but I didn't like the Photoshop stuff they were doing with it, and a bunch of other stuff they were doing. It reminds me of like the early 2000s and 90s, like TV show movies, and some of the 2010 ones too. This felt low budget, and that's something I liked about this movie, the Sandy Cheeks movie, or the Plankton movie when they go to the surface. But I did like the Krusty Krab scene at the end. It felt like, at the end of the first movie where they SpongeBob gets manager and they sing like Ocean Man starts playing and stuff. That was really good. Um, Squidward being left in the underworld somehow, that was kind of funny. Like I got a little chuckle out of me. He's driving the Winnebago back. So yeah. So do I think this movie was a big guy success or a big mess? I think it really needed more time to cook. If you look at how this first SpongeBob movie was done, fantastic. Second one, even though it took them a little while because Steven Hillenburg really didn't want a sequel to it. He wanted to end the show with that movie. It still wasn't that bad. The third one, it went through a lot of production issues from what I remember. The Sandy Cheeks movie sucked. The Plankton movie, I liked it a little bit better than the Sandy Cheeks movie from what I remember watching it, but it still wasn't great. I didn't watch any reviews for this one, besides what little bit, like I saw those little bit of spoilers, but I wanted to watch it with fresh eyes for the most part, and I just didn't enjoy it. I don't know if maybe I'm growing up or I just don't care for SpongeBob anymore. And I will admit the big guy song got stuck in my head, but I think that's just because it was everywhere. But I'm gonna watch it again at some point. My mom's technically watched it 3 times because I watched part of it one night, and she went to work. We watched the rest of it the next day. Rewatched it. Um, she watched it a day later by herself, and then she watched it with my brother. And my brother's like, "I'm not watching this," and my mom shut it off. So I don't think she's seen the full movie. Um, but it's okay. Could be better. Could be worse. Maybe they'll take some time before they do the next one. That's it for this video. Like, comment, share, subscribe, turn on notifications. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.